Hello and welcome to another video. Today we will look at some CPUs that I picked up recently at the scrapyard, and we'll start with these two. So they're slot 1 CPUs. I have no idea if they work. I have no idea what models they are, but hopefully we'll find this out today. Unfortunately, the dies are a little bit chipped, so I have no idea if this is going to work. And one of them has a very bad scratch, which I already checked under the microscope. We have to fix a few traces here. I have attempted this in the past once. So here is just the PCB of another of those random pickups from the scrapyard. This one didn't work. I also had to fix traces. And yeah, that CPU did not work at all. They are in better shape, so I hope that the chances are higher to get these to work. I already cleaned the dies, and at least they are not cracked, but they are chipped at the corners. So I would say I'll just jump under the microscope now. We'll fix this one trace or two traces that are there. I really don't know how deep it goes into the PCB, but it is a bad scratch. It would be great if they would be 1000 megahertz, but I don't want to get my hopes up. And here we can see the damage. Now it goes straight over via this one here. Don't think this is a big issue, but this trace here definitely is broken. This one here seems to be okay, but we still have to check what is going on with the scratch. So let's put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on here. We should be able to see better what's going on. Yeah, so with this via I can't do much. I just have to make sure that it doesn't short out anything, and these are just the leftovers on the PCB. So you can see the fibers of the board. This is a deep scratch, and probably this is also just residue from the via here. Yeah, this one goes away as well. So yeah, we're in luck, but this trace is definitely broken. This one I have to retin. Oh, and this one is also a bad scratch that deformed the trace, so I'll also work on this one. Okay, so this is our task for now. Let's just do this. Okay, so I think we only need one wire. And that via is connecting to inner layers. I think this is good enough. Okay, so let's start with the easy part. This one and this one only needs retinning. Now, since I have my latest project live, we have an on-screen display. And we go to continuity, and let's see if we can find a connectivity to something. Nothing on this side. So it's definitely this via. This is the one that we're after. Okay, so this is a dead via, I believe. Basically, we don't need it. I think this is unused. I don't know why there is a via in there. Sometimes you just have vias for no reason, I guess. So this via is not important. Now let's just tin this trace and reconnect it, and then we can start testing the CPU. Let's see if we have continuity. Yes, okay, done. This one also done, and here also. Okay, so all of these have now continuity, and that's good. There's also this one capacitor that seems to be cracked. It may not be important, but I'd rather replace it. I have this donor board. And let's put this here on this PCB. Done. And here's the die. So it looks good. Just a chip here on the left side and in the bottom right corner. And this is the other die. So yeah, I hope that these chips work. So, and in order to test these, I need to have something like this. This is the cover of a Pentium II. Let's start with the one that has this deep scratch in it. So it should fit. Yes, it does. And now I need some sort of a cooler, and I have this one here. I stole this from one of my other CPUs. It might be a little bit loud, but at least I can mount this easily. There you go. And now on this side, I can just install my cooler. There we are. And done. So you see the thermal paste is nicely over the Coppermine chip. So let's test this one. First one going into my Asus P2B. The board is configured at 100 MHz frontside bus because it could be a 100 MHz version. If the multiplier is high, it will not post at 133 MHz. So let's see what happens when we power on the system. And it would be better if I would plug in the power. Oh, yes! Which CPU is it? Yes? 650. Okay, 650. CPU temperature is not available, but we have a V-core of 1.6, 1.65 probably. Okay. Let's go to Windows. And it is... it's a 650. Oh well. So the specification usually tells you, right now it says here, it's a Pentium III E650. If it would be a different model, it would show here. So I guess if I would try to overclock it, it would not be stable. Let's try that quickly. Frontside bus 133. Oh, I get postcodes. Oh. All right. This was CPU number 1. Well, at least it's better than a Pentium II processor, but we have another chance to maybe get a faster CPU. So here's the other one. This is actually the nicer one that is not damaged. So yeah, 650. This was the one with the scratch that we fixed, and the VR was not important at all. So yeah, let's try this one. Same game. Let's see if we get postcodes. Yes, we do. Second chance. Please don't be another. Oh, I'm still at 100. Oh, I'm still at 133. Okay, so it's definitely not a 133 megahertz frontside bus CPU. Let's just hope that we get a higher multiplier. Oh, 700. Okay, well, there we go. We had a 650 and a 700. Okay, not the best ones, but I guess that's okay. What do we get in CPU Z? And yeah, it's the 700 megahertz Intel Pentium III E700. So now we have a multiplier, unfortunately locked to 7. The great thing about these two CPUs is that they have a bus speed of 100, which is preferred for the 440BX or slot 1 main boards, because with the frontside bus of 100, you will not overclock the HEP bus. Even though these two CPUs are not the fastest, we could try to overclock them. And let's continue a little bit with this one. This is running at 100 megahertz frontside bus right now. We could increase it to, I think, 112, 115, and so on, and see when this chip gets unstable. Okay, the motherboard is now set to 115 megahertz frontside bus. We should get around 800 megahertz on the 700 megahertz CPU. Let's see if it posts. And we have a picture. Yeah, 805 megahertz. We probably could push the V-core to a higher value, and maybe it will be stable at 133 megahertz. That could be an option. And yes, so we run at 115 megahertz right now, and the CPU runs overclocked at 806 megahertz. So this chip runs right now at 1.65 volts. I probably have to go to 1.75 or even 1.8. If I put this chip to 1.8, it will be compatible to older P2B boards that don't have a VRM mod. So that might also be an option. So I did this some time ago, and there should be an Excel sheet attached. There we go. We need R15, R22, R14, and R13. So 13, 14, 15, 22. And these resistors are over here. So I have R13, 14, and 15. So 13 and 14 is on, 15 is off, and R22, I think, is on this side. Yes. So 22 is on as well. So the only pad that is not populated is R15. And we get 1.65. So this is exactly what we have right now. But I want to go to 1.8 volts, which means the correct configuration now would be R15 needs to be shorted, which is not the case. We have to remove the resistor on the other side of the PCB. Then R14 remains shorted, and we have to open R13. So yeah, we have to change a few resistor values. So we need to open R13, which is shorted right now. Then R14 remains shorted. R15 needs to be shorted. So we can just move R13 to R15. And R22, which is this one, this needs to be open. And then this chip should run at 1.8 volts, hopefully. Okay, I did the modification quickly off camera. So R13 is now open. We have R14, which is still shorted. R15, which is now shorted. I placed the resistor here. And on the other side is R22. I moved the resistor off the pad. So this is not connected right now. So this should now be 1.8 volts. I hope this is correct. So let's put this back together. Okay. And let's clip this one on. Okay, let's see what we get, or if we fry it. Let's quickly check what we get in the BIOS for voltage. 1.8 volts. There we go. We modified our power delivery. Now, this CPU should work on old P2B motherboards as well, because those only went down to 1.8 volts. And this is a configuration that is still working on those boards. Yeah, let's just overclock it to 133 and see if it posts now. I get postcodes and... aha! 933! Ta-da! Let's see if it's stable. Now, this CPU is good for overclocking because, well, it has a moderate high multiplier of 7. That is why we can get up to 933 megahertz. That is pretty cool. And that would have been a really good overclock back then. 700 to 933, you're getting 233 megahertz extra. And we're running at 1.792 volts, so 1.8. How nice. I should have run some benchmarks, but, well, let's just see what happens. Yeah, and here's the score, 1,524 on this chip now. We can compare it to this. Yeah, it will still beat the fastest one that's in here. Yeah, and I think we have to test a game. Okay, now I have a GeForce FX 5700 Ultra in the system. And yeah, so here's the temperature settings, and there's so much else that we can do in here, but yeah, VSync is disabled. Let's validate this chip, make sure it's working at 933 megahertz.
3, 2, 1, go!
So yeah, I think this chip is stable at 933 megahertz. We played one round of Need for Speed Porsche and it could somehow render Unreal Tournament 2004, although it was not the best, but at least it didn't crash. We checked both unknown CPUs, both are 100 megahertz chips originally, but we could overclock one to 933 megahertz, and that's a respectable overclock. Now, of course, if you have an 800 megahertz chip or even 850, that would allow you to push to 1 gigahertz and maybe even a little bit further. But at around 1.1 gigahertz, you will hit the ceiling of Coppermine chips. Anyway, I hope this was interesting to you, and yeah, I'm happy that this time both chips worked. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you to all the supporters of this channel. If you want to become a supporter, head over to Patreon, become a member here on YouTube, or buy me a coffee. Thank you so much, take care, and bye-bye.
Blue power core destroyed. New round in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.